This is the show that has hosted everyone from Sugar Ray Leonard to Keith One-Time Thurman. This is Tough Talk Tonight, brought to you by Heavy Bag Boxing.
Knock the other person out, I think it'll be a boring 12-round fight.
I'm kind of confused now. We talking about Klitschko and AJ, or we talking about Khan and I done lost my thought.
White. Sorry, between Dylan White and Klitschko, I think that would be a boring fight.
Well, I was just saying, if you beat a Klitschko, your stock don't automatically rise because you're sitting there thinking like, yeah, but you beat up an old man. No offense, no shade, Klitsch. But I just saying, like, a lot of people and real boxing fans are gonna know. They're gonna be like, well, yeah, but he beat him when he was, halfway semi-retired, so it's not going to have as much weight as it would if he was like an active heavyweight Klitschko. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's the problem is people that are actually in the know are a small amount. I mean, there's way more common fans than there ever will be hardcore fans. So, as far as Klitschko coming back, I mean, we're all acting like he can't come back though and still beat like 90% of the heavyweight division. You don't agree?
I don't know about that.
You really don't. You don't think so?
He couldn't beat Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury is the only person he's ever fought that's taller than him.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think honestly, I don't know if he can. Now, the Dylan Whites of the world, yeah, Big Baby Millers of the world, yeah, he could probably beat those guys. He can't beat Joshua. He can't beat Wilder. So to me, what's the point of even coming back if you can't beat either of those two?
I agree, but you're talking about two fighters in a whole division.
That are the division, though. They are the division.
But there's 5 world title belts. I mean, he's going to have room. He's going to have... other accomplishments to make other than just a Joshua fight or, a Wilder fight.
And even some of these up-and-coming prospects, too, though. Some of the UK guy that we just saw recently who started late in his career, I can't think of his name right now, but he's up-and-coming and is promising to me. And he has the height and weight to be able to take it to a Klitschko. I wish I remember his name.
So you're saying you're not opposed to seeing Klitschko, but it has to be someone that's really matched up well.
Right. I want to see a good fight. Like that Joshua fight. That was a great fight. I think Wilder can be a knockout, drag-out type fight. I want to see him on that level if he can compete there. I do not want to see Dylan White, Big Baby Miller versus Klitschko. That's not interesting.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is, how would we ever have known that Klitschko AJ was going to be that good, though? Like, before the fight, like, you're thinking, oh, man, this is going to be, come on. Like, this is not an equal or a good matchup. That's what I was thinking. I know that because I was like, Klitschko already got in his mind he finna retire anyway, so he's not gonna be 100% what Klitschko was. But then it ended up being like really amazing. So I'm just saying it's hard to predict.
It is, but it to me it has no merit seeing Dylan White, Big Baby Miller versus Klitschko. It has no merit. I want to see Wilder or Joshua. That's it. That's the only reason to come back, in my opinion.
So would you like to see? So would you like to see the rematch?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see a rematch. You know what? I'll even throw Tyson Fury in there. I would love to see him fight Tyson Fury again.
Well, you know what? That would be like the like the 4 kings of the heavyweight of 2020 or something. Because, I mean, if Klitschko could go those many rounds and that was a great fight for somebody that, had nothing but boring fights, like people say, for 10 years, hugging the belt. He definitely showed us that when it's time to dance and it's time to get down and dirty, he gets in there. He gave us a hell of a fight. He took on the young lion. Um, I didn't even I didn't even think he took any tune-up fights. He went straight at the man, and you know what? He gave us a hell of a fight. I would definitely like to see that rematch. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Fury and Wilder, they can get in the mix, but I would pay for Klitschko Joshua 2 instead of like the rematch between Fury and Wilder, to be honest. But that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion.
So do you guys think he actually will return to the ring?
What did they say? How much money he was offered by the zone?
Yeah, alimony's a bitch.
I don't think that really matters. Dude, I think Klitschko's set. I mean, he's already got a doctorate to fall back on. It's not like, you know, all he can do is box. I'm sure he's set.
Lucas, you missed that. He said that
alimony
is a bitch.
I heard him. I tried to skip over that, see, but he had to come back to it. And let's face it, I mean, I pay an alimony for Hayden Panettiere.
Right? She might come back home. She might be like, hey, I can get even more if I go back home.
which is weird. They're an odd couple. Dude is 7 foot tall, girl is like 5'1". So,
opposites attract.
I guess.
I guess so.
But
they could actually talk to each other, you know, like it's not like mail order bride type stuff.
But I don't think it's going to be whether he comes back or not is the money. I don't think that's really going to be a big part of it.
So what do you think if he comes back? It will be like what, like fighter syndrome? Like they just don't know when to stop.
That, but mainly still fighting for his legacy and still fighting for himself. You know, feels like something he has to prove still. But and I don't think he really feels like he has anything to prove. I mean, like we were talking about earlier.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does. But like I said, I will not mind watching the rematch.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say the way that fight ended, I mean, he had AJ hurt for real. Like, he in his mind at night, he might be replaying that. And what if he had did this a little different? Hell yeah. I would be thinking like, damn, I almost had him. So, like, if I just changed up my game just a little this way or that way.
Hey, guys, let's just imagine for a moment he would have got that. I don't think he would have retired, to be honest.
No, you can't end on that much of a high, especially in boxing. Look, if you're any other sport, yeah, you retire right then. You know, you say, I made my mark, boom, I'm out, deuces.
Right.
But in boxing, you know that next fight could be even bigger, and you're kind of chasing that fight high, so to speak.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's what we see a lot sometimes from like I call it fighter syndrome, because they just some of them just, you know, like they don't accept the fact that, you know, father time or they got nothing to prove. They you know, you get caught up and you want that fight high, like you say. You want that hit.
The sport. Yeah, I mean, you can't. Look, you can come back after a couple of years of being out of like football. But you know, you're retiring and then you come back at an old age. In this sport, you can get your ass really hurt.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And people want to use up what they got while they got it.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, it's
so basically, based on that, I don't think you're too like you're not really liking that idea of Klitschko returning.
I don't really think he has anything left to prove. The only thing is to himself, you know. And okay. Sakura, I think, hit it on the head when she just basically said he's keeping up at night, man. Like, and you know it too. Like, I almost had that son bitch, and everybody's talking about this dude right now, and I almost had him. It's got to eat away at you. Even for people that aren't competitive, that would kind of eat away at you. Let alone, you know, a boxer that's held himself to the highest standard, you know, for a long time, a decade.
Like you went there, you touched it, you know it's real, but then it slipped out of your hands, you know.
Yeah.
So imagine if we all feel like this. Imagine how he feels, and fighters, man, they have that syndrome. Like, you think you can do it all?
Oh yeah, and you know his buddy's like, man, look, we can go back to training. I got you. We got this. You know. So
Oh,
it's
okay. That's
worse
how y'all do.
when you got people egging you on, man. It makes it that much worse. And they hype you up. Yeah, like you had them, dude.
That's
Just
true.
an inch too short, man. You would have got it.
Yeah.
You know
If you
that's
only
how.
had like 3 more weeks of training, man, you wouldn't have got tired.
Yeah, that's what your that's what your buddies do
Or,
to you.
or
Though.
like, oh, you just needed that one left hook. You just needed that one more step to the side. Blah, the lateral, like any little, you just needed that little thing, just that little thing, but you don't know what the little thing. It keeps you like it eats you alive, you know. Oh
Yeah.
my! So imagine that guy. But man, I would not like I agree with Lucas. I don't think he got anything to prove. But hey, if you're gonna come back, just do like a Mayweather, give us the rematch, and that's it. Go buy and cash out.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I think so. Let's move on. So, bare knuckles bowling, bare knuckles boxing, uh, going on now. They got Paulie Malignaggi slapping people up there in New York.
Yeah. I'm like, go, Polly.
So, is this just the bare knuckle boxing hype or something else to it? No?
Oh, I definitely think that this is like residuals from the infamous Conor McGregor and Paulie Malignaggi sparring session. This is definitely like the remnants of all of that, tension and animosity still in the air. And yeah, Paulie was really mad today, y'all. I know some people gonna say he just did the deal. Nah, that dude, Polly. I never seen Polly that mad before. Actually, I'm trying to think. Only when Thurman said he don't really be on Tweety Bird like that, I mean, that's the only other time Polly kind of got hot under the collar, but I really don't remember any other time that he was that upset with someone for just like, doing what boxers do, which is get in each other's face. So
I think it's personal. It's definitely some bad blood in there, and this is something that is way behind. This is something that comes. This is not something that started with the promotions with the bare knuckle stuff. Now this is something that came before all of this, and there is a whole animosity between the camps, and Poli is really probably trying to bait McGregor or his people into this because the dude is, I never heard of dude except for like that he was, I guess he's a sparring partner for Conor or he works out with that camp, whatever the case is. And like I was saying earlier, you don't come to New York and you get into a New Yorker's face and trying to get all tough and stuff. Like over here, the rats will take your pizza off in the subway. You know what I'm saying?
you're not
Yes.
making me want to visit that city, Harvey.
You
You're not
you
making me wanna
you
go
go
there.
back to your home state and say, I got robbed by a subway rat in New York. All right. So that boy definitely didn't know about that, and I think Paulie got carried away. Yes, he kind of like beat slap him, right? He definitely look. That's one thing I always said. I rather people say, Javier got punched by this dude, than they say, damn, Javier got slapped by this dude. There's something about, I don't know. It's a more like, I don't know, embarrassing for a man to get slapped. They get punched.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing that this goes beyond Paulie making a statement, and you know what? I wasn't interested in that fight. Now I want to see it.
A punch is, like, okay, you're mad at me. A slap is like, man, you just called my grandma a hoe.
I'm sorry. I'm excuse my language, but you just like damn.
Yeah, granny slap.
Rob, you've been a little too quiet. Speak up.
You know what? I'm not.
Here
I'm
we
not
go.
gonna lie. I'm not necessarily 100% on bare knuckle boxing yet. It's just I'm not 100% with that. The thing with Paulie though is that we all know he doesn't need money. He has a second career. So Paulie is doing this very calculated, like because he wants to bring out Conor McGregor. Now let's not lie. Conor McGregor just recently retired from the UFC. If Conor makes a stint at bare knuckle boxing, that sport will go through the roof with Conor McGregor's name being there, especially being that he's Irish. So he's straight from Ireland. We know the boy can throw hands. And especially if he wins, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights in a row, that would be a very big draw. But that's what Paulie is trying to do right now. Paulie is just is out for his respect. He feels disrespected. He feels embarrassed by the footage of the sparring session. He feels used. I think he'll fight Conor McGregor, in a bar right now in New York, in Brooklyn. He would just go up to him in the bar and throw down. That's how much he dislikes Conor McGregor. But because Conor is all about the money now, he has to do it by these types of means. So that's really the only reason why he's going to bare knuckle boxing, trying to do this. He's trying to bring him out. He's trying to get his respect back. Only problem is, Paulie, if you lose that fight, stay off of Showtime. Quit.
You know what?
Don't show your face no more. I'm dead serious. If Paulie loses that fight, don't show your face no more. That's a bad look.
Rob, you need to just stop right there, okay? Because we all know that a boxer is going to win against a MMA fighter if the main skill that you have to use is boxing. That's just the way it is. Sorry, MMA fans. That's just how it is. However,
no, we're not.
Right, you're right. We ain't.
Neither am I. Neither am I. I don't know why you're apologizing, but I'm not mad because what you're saying is 100% valid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. In the cage, a boxer has no business in it, and he's probably gonna, you could be able to get hurt. But in the ring, I'm sorry, there's only a few people in MMA that can hold their own in a boxing ring with a boxer.
That's right. Oh, and shout out to Will Hunter, because I did an interview with him, and he's one of the promoters on the Bare Knuckles boxing event that's in Biloxi. Did you guys know that Biloxi is like home of the last legal Bare Knuckles fight? So I mean, it's gonna be fun this weekend. But I get your tickets if you haven't got your tickets. But I'm gonna tell y'all, Paulie was so mad today. I could see him really losing his concentration in the ring with a Conor and just, going for broke. And then that's when he's gonna get in trouble if he brings all that emotion in there, because he won't, like Rob saying, he wants this guy so bad. Like he's even willing to slap a friend of Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying?
But guys, let me ask you something, and this is something that is, I don't know if it's rumors or something actually happened, but I think I saw that when I saw that post on Twitter, I saw kind of the reply that they were saying like, it's not the first time my man gets slapped. Is this truth, or is this just people, being on Twitter and making jokes?
Yeah, I'm saying people think that it's not real, but it's real.
But what I'm saying is like, is it the first time this guy got slapped by somebody? Because I saw a post that they were saying like, oh, this dude stays getting slapped.
Oh, for real? Oh, I didn't know.
Like, he said, yeah, this guy gets more slapped than, I don't know, than congas out here. So I don't know what's going on. I wanted to clarify because I was like, oh, I probably, to be honest, like I said, I haven't heard from dude, but like you said, Sakura, Paulie was mad. There was this, you could tell when somebody's selling a fight. You can tell when somebody's legit upset, and Paulie was upset. Paulie was ready to smack that man, and I'm sure for a fact, like we say here, dead ass, that New York, him being here in New York, he probably felt like, no, you're not coming over here to talk shit to me in my town. You just don't do this. You know what I'm saying? You just cannot do that. That's like the next level of disrespectful, and that's why he got what he got, which was like a B slap. Bah,
I'm
bah.
gonna say this, hands down, Paulie belongs in bare knuckles because he knows how to get some shit started. Okay, he knows how to make you want to watch it. I'm like super excited now because I'm like, if Paulie shows up in this fight and Conor McGregor shows up in this fight this weekend, I mean, shoot, we might see another showdown. Like I don't know, but I'm excited just to be there to see it.
Yeah.
Paulie is worth every penny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's still going to be entertaining regardless. Now we come to a little bit more controversial topic, and
Oh
of
Lord.
course, I'm talking about what happened with Pulev and another boxing reporter. Javi's already shaking his head.
Oh, you. Yeah. I'm gonna need 5 minutes. I'm gonna need 5 minutes with this, guys. You probably. I mean, should I go first, or somebody want to go first?
I mean, you're so excited. Why not?
Yeah, the floor is yours, Javi.
Look, guys. This is. I got some coffee, so I probably the caffeine is kicking in. That's why I'm a little upbeat today. But I'm gonna start by saying that this woman has no place in the sport of boxing,
Wait a minute, hold
and
on.
I'll
What you
state my
say?
reasons why.
Oh,
Huh?
that woman. You saying that woman has no place?
Yes,
Because I
that
thought you
woman.
said
Yes.
these women have no place in boxing.
Ah,
You was
Oh,
Come
man.
on, Sakura.
get beat
Listen.
down.
I had a
Okay,
beat of
but
sweat
now-
rolling
that-
down. Like, no, hopefully don't mean
That's
that.
exactly where I'm going. That's exactly where I'm going. And you know why I believe she has no business in this sport is because she's hurt in the business, like you said, for all the other females that are trying to break and actually, like contribute something to the sport, and she's messing it up. And you guys saw it. You guys saw it. She she made a whole scene, and I said it from the beginning. How come if you didn't like what happened, you didn't you didn't take action on the same day at the same moment? You waited for like uh probably like I don't know almost a week before she started talking about lawyers and a lawsuit and all of this stuff. And when you guys when one of you guys posted on the chat and I was checking what happened, I saw the comments, and people were laughing, and some people were just making a whole big deal about it. Like, oh, this is why men think they can do what they want to do, and girl power, and me too, and all this BS that ideologies out there. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, me thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, she seems like she's not falling for this because it's sometimes some women did not have character. So when people, especially in social media now, with this whole age of social media, that everything is like, oh, I'm a cyber bully and I got offended by this because my feelings got hurt, like, and all of this stuff. So I was like, okay, no, I guess she's taken as a professional or something, or maybe it was a friendly thing. Honestly, I didn't see nothing like harm about it, but I'm not defending Pulev, by the way. I don't think he should have done that. I don't think he should have, like, just act all cool and think like he got it. I'm not making excuses for the man in any type of way somehow because I don't believe he should have never done that. But but you saw what happened. This woman is going from victim and feeling embarrassed and feeling like she didn't authorize anything and whatever she said that I even forgot, to like now is we saw the other tape when she's behaving like, let's say, not like a lady. She's not behaving like a lady in there. And I'm sorry to tell you, but if you don't know, this is life, all right? And us men, we go as far as women let us. So if she opened up that doors for people to be comfortable around her like that, then guess what? Then you know what? I'm still not making excuses for what Pulev did, but she kind of opened the door for that. We see a video of her, right? We see a video of her in the locker room shaking her butt, living it up, and talking about like, oh my God, you guys didn't record that, right? You guys didn't record that, right? Yeah, we did. I'm so glad somebody did. I'm so glad somebody did because this is what happened. There's a lot of million and thousands of women that do this sometimes, and sometimes you don't know if the guy really did something bad, or he just being a victim and being accused because of his position, or because somebody see an opportunity of trying to make money the quick way out of somebody by hurting somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I think a woman like this, a person like this, has no business in any type of sport, especially when you have a male-dominated business and females already have a hard time trying to break into it. And we have ladies like Raging Babe. That she's trying to be the promoter in Philly and do all these great things for fighters and actually help the people, help fighters, and not the ones that have a name, but the ones that are coming up, the ones that really need the help. And you see things like this, and how can you like expect people to like be like, okay, maybe we should open up a little more. Now men are gonna get paranoid. There's a lot of men in business that are gonna be like, hey, I don't want to go through this. I don't want to lose my family, my job, my position because somebody's gonna make up stories about me. You know what I'm saying? But people, sorry, I needed those 10 minutes. I needed to let it out. The coffee's kicking in.
Ooh,
So
you really took that 5 minutes. I thought you was joking.
look,
Jeez.
look, Sakura. This is something that really bothered me because I love the sport. I don't watch
Right.
any sport. I don't watch any sport but boxing. And this is something that I love. I got in the ring myself. I have a passion for the sport. And when I see things like this, it hurts me because I know that it's not fair, one. And this goes beyond boxing because this also happens not only in boxing. This goes in any sport, in every business, with the politicians and this and that. And yeah, I'm not making excuses for nobody, but things like that makes you wonder, like, how many men are really guilty and how many out there really, of the females making up stories, just trying to be an opportunist.
Like I'm gonna agree with you. I mean, for most of what you said, I completely agree. Now, as a reporter, you can't put yourself in bad situations. Okay, you gotta
Yes.
realize if I make a fool out of myself, or if I get credentials, then all of a sudden slide in the ring like I'm Sting from WWE or something. I mean, that's gonna be bad on my reputation. When
Right.
I'm out and about, especially when I'm with other professionals, you have to act the part. Um, Clearly, she did not do that in any means, as well as neither did he. They're both definitely at fault in this.
Yeah.
Um, the false accusations not only makes women reporter look bad, but it makes women look bad. And I hate that. It makes me sick. But you can't. Yes, did she say, Pulev, you can grab my ass? No. Okay, I don't know who other dude was. I don't know if he's in his camp, whatever. But you're all partying, and if you just grinding on regular people, that says that you're able to be treated that way. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like for anybody else, okay? However you start making fun of me, if I allow that, then other people gonna know it's okay to just make fun of me. You know what I mean? So you can't go from grinding on people and then all of a sudden saying like, "Oh no, don't touch me."
Right.
You kind of trained him to be like, "It's okay."
You
I'm not
open that
saying
door.
it is okay. I'm not saying it's okay, but you kind of let around about it a little bit. I kind of want a woman perspective though.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
well,
we would
y'all
love to hear
gonna
from
get
you.
it. You gonna get it all right. I mean, but I wanted Rob to go first because I wanted to end it.
Oh,
Okay,
dang.
okay.
So,
Well, yeah,
so
it's probably better to
it
actually
looks like
do.
all of us got strong opinions on this event, on this particular moment that happened. That's what it looks
No,
like.
you don't.
And
No,
Lucas, to your
no, you
point,
don't.
just so I can let you have it. Um, the fact that she was over
Yeah,
there
you want to give up on this?
grinding,
Ah,
grinding and moving, and feeling on this man, whoever the man was,
lap dance,
opened the
lap
door.
dance.
Yeah, that opened the door for it, and then the fact that she says, "Oh, this is not on video, right? Hey, hello. So what are you telling me? So you telling me that it's okay when there's no videos, but when it's videos, you want to act like, oh, I didn't authorize this. I didn't give consent. I felt like, blah blah blah. No, so no. You just said it all when you said this is not on video, right? Yeah, that means that when there's no videos, there's no cameras. Oh oh oh. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I got two daughters. I don't want to talk bad about females, but hey, I don't believe people like that should be in any type of sport because you're just hurting people. And come on, don't do this to men. Even if it's not in the sport, just don't do this to people because this is just evil. If Pulev try to do something, I don't know, he just act out of like, I don't know, instinct, but he did what he did. But she definitely had this like evil instinct or trying to hurt him in the very bad ways, because you guys know how that goes. If that goes to like court and the judges and all of that, it goes really bad for us men when things like this happen. You can really mess up a whole man's livelihood just because of this. Of a
As it
false.
should. As it should. The reason being is because despite whatever video surfaced about her grinding on another man or not, that's her prerogative. When she was with Pulev, she did not grind on him. She did not consent for him to do anything. She conducted an interview. He took it upon himself to go kiss her in the mouth on camera in front of the world, and it even surprised her. You cannot do that.
I agree. I agree with that. That's why I was saying I was not making excuses for Pulev.
And that's the only point. Regardless of what she portrays outside of here, the point is he did wrong by her. Period. Yes. And that's the only point. Yeah. I don't give a damn what she does in her own time. The only point is he did something totally wrong and he should pay for that. Okay. I don't care about her past, her integrity, or any of that. These are not false accusations. He was in the wrong. Period.
But Robert, let me ask you something. And the thing is here, right? You're right, and I agree with you. He should have never done that in the first place because he caused this trouble up on himself. He did. I'm not making excuses for the man. He should have never done that. But does it make it okay for her to make false accusation on him because he did that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
what false accusations?
Well, Pulev is saying that he didn't do what he's being allegedly accused of. He's not saying that he admitted to the kiss, which is on camera. We all saw it, but he's like touching on her and or feeling her buttocks. He didn't admit to that, so we cannot just take her word for it.
Right.
I'm not gonna just take her word for it.
And that's a court situation because something has to be presented. Factual evidence has to be presented in court, but the incident that happened, he's dead wrong for, and he put himself in that position by doing that on camera and allowing her to make the statement. And that part of it is wrong. Therefore, if he did it on camera, he was obviously thinking about other stuff. So who's not to say he didn't touch her butt? Even in passing, he could have just slid past her because there was no room and his hand happened to slide past her buttocks. You already kissed the woman. You already kissed the woman on camera. So she already feels a certain type of way.
I dislike saying this, but I agree with you, man.
I'm ready to put in my 2 cents on all of it.
Let it be known.
They did put in, very, very different, but I agree with both sides. I mean, Javier and Robert hit it really well, and I couldn't agree more with both of them. Like, Pulev definitely shouldn't have put himself in this situation, and now it appears like she's false accusation and all this. It's hard to say because, again, he should not have touched her. She did not say it was okay. But at the same time, then there's, 5 feet away from him, she's grinding on other people. I don't know. I wasn't there, so
that's my point.
We don't know what. A little out of context.
And I tell you what,
we don't know what happened off camera, guys. We don't know how flirtatious she was, how much she was coming on to him. She's touching the man on even his stomach, even is sending a Russian who's drinking a signal. Stop sending these men mixed messages, okay? Either you want them or you not. If you don't want them, then don't touch them. If you want them, then, all's fair in love and war. But what you're not going to do is sit up there and do an interview and then not say nothing on camera about it, then not say nothing a day after, then 2 days later, you out there with a damn attorney ready to sue this guy when all you had to do was pick up the phone like a real woman does and be like, hey, you owe me an apology. The other night you got too fresh with me and you're going to give me my apology. And I don't know if you need to do it to me now and then in public later, or what, but this is gonna be made right because you shouldn't have put your hands on me, and you can lie and say you didn't if you did or whatever, but you're gonna acknowledge that you disrespected me. And then the kiss, you know what? He would have got his little. I mean, look. Let me put it this way: boxers, y'all know, okay? They know who to try with that shit because they know not to try me like that. I've done plenty of interviews already, and I be looking fine, y'all. And you know how you gotta look good for the camera, right? But anyway, you looking good or whatever. That's what you supposed to do. But at the same time, ain't nobody ever thought about trying me like that. Like, this is some shit that is rudimentary. Like, the way you present yourself, as Javi is saying, and Lucas is saying, as a professional, it comes across. Yeah, we laugh and giggle in there and we have us a good time because I'm all about fun. But at a certain extent, like, everybody knows. They know which women to try with this bullshit because of the way they're acting in other environments. They see it. And then it's like a lot of women, they'll try to use the fact, they'll be like, oh, can you do an interview? Will you do an interview with me? And then, they sending this flirty message to the guy. And then Pulev, bless his heart, he from Russia and don't know what the hell to think. He like, hey, American girls love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a cultural difference as well. But what I really object to is the fact that she stood up there and went to an attorney after all that. You can pick up the phone. You can call because you have to take some of the liability in this. You're partly responsible for this lady, okay? Because you call yourself, look, I like a good party too. I like a good party, but I know how to act at a party. Or if you want to grind on somebody, grind on your man or your husband, bring him with you. That's what I do. But either way it go, I'm gonna have fun, but don't take it too far where, like Lucas is saying, you're with other people of the same caliber. You're there for a professional purpose. After you finish your professional purpose, if you want to go party and have a good time, that's great, but don't try to mix that in with an interview. Then let it be, because once you tipsy, you don't know what kind of mixed signals you giving this man or whatever. But like I said, shouldn't send people mixed messages. I don't send people mixed messages. Either I want you or I don't want you. Either you want me or you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to be real about this thing because everybody's adults. So that's what she should have nipped that in the bud right then. Because I'm going to tell you how it would have went down with me. Oh, I feel somebody hand on my booty. Like, hey, you finna get slapped right now, right? Like, you just look over and let them know, like, this is where it's finna go down if you don't, like, correct your behavior. You don't wait till 3 days later and get, Miss Allred on the case, okay, and get up there and try to act like you crying and shit when your ass was just grinding on a man's dick. Like, what? I have no sympathy for you whatsoever. And guess what? I better not lose not one interview because of this dumb lady. I swear to God, I'll be so mad. I will go hunt her down and I'll show her how you really confront somebody touching you inappropriately.
So look, have you seen Mike Tyson? Okay, because he is very aggressive. And back in his day, he was very aggressive. She's not stupid. She's a little twig compared to this man. She's not gonna confront him and get messed up all in the locker room and everything.
All them people around her. Okay, maybe if they was in the room, maybe if they was in a room alone, yeah, maybe. But they're in a public location. They're in a public place with plenty of people around.
Thank you.
That are his handlers. That are his people. She's not going to confront him there. She's going to confront him where she needs to, and that's in the pocketbook. And that's days later with an attorney, and I feel her for doing that. Look, ladies, I'm single, just by the way, so y'all know. But maybe I'm a better man than these guys today, because you got to come to me. You have to bring that to me. I'm not going to bring that type of stuff to you. I'm not going to push myself up on any woman because I have respect for a woman out there. So you would have to bring that to me to be in any type of situation. So he brought it on himself. She attacked the pocketbook. She's trying to get more lips and breasts.
All right. So Robert, let me ask you something, right? And I first of
We
all,
are gonna be
Sakura, I
so
agree with
hated.
you to the point because yes, men, like I said, men are gonna go as far as you let them go when it comes to females.
That's
Basically,
right. And stop
we're
sending
gonna
mixed
push, we're
messages.
gonna push, we're gonna push, and we're gonna push. And as far and we keep pushing, and we know it's moving and moving. Then guess what? We're gonna keep pushing until you know what I'm saying. It's pushing and tushing. But anyways, what I'm saying, what I'm saying is, if she would have made a stop, or let's just say, like you said, let's say in a worst case scenario, she felt like, oh, I'm feeling threatened. He might react bad, and I can't do nothing right now. But hey, at the moment that you cut off the interview and you say no, it's okay, then you take action that same day, within an hour, within two, within three, let's say, that you put yourself together. If it's really bothering you, if it really touching you emotionally and mentally, and it's eating your head, then in those 2 3 hours you're gonna really do something about it. Not 5 days later, when the whole social media is telling you how you should feel about it, how hurt you should be, how offended you should be, because that's what the new thing is. And everybody had this thing against men, and that they are men like that do this thing, that they feel like they can just go touching a women because of that. And listen, I got no respect for those type of people, and I'm not making no excuses for what Pulev did. He shouldn't have brought upon himself this type of trouble. But guess what? Guess what? She did not behave like a lady prior to it, and the fact that she didn't take action within the same day, because if she really 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 would have felt bad, then she would have done something the same day or the very same moment. First of all, it's a public place, so nobody's gonna put your hands, and then a boxer knows better not to like hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? When you have your hand registered, that you can be charged with assault, especially a woman. You know what I'm saying? So she's definitely she had no good intentions. I don't think she probably felt embarrassed, and I personally feel like she felt the pressure of the people telling her what to do, and she felt like she had to
Right.
go with it,
Mm-hmm.
make a statement,
Exactly.
So
to be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not I'm not
exactly
this
what
bad
happened.
person because
That
yes,
is
she
exactly
broke
what
down
happened.
basically. She folded. She folded to the pressure, and she doesn't belong in my sport if she's gonna be folding under pressure.
okay,
Get her
You
out of
guys,
here.
you
here-
guys.
Get
here's
out
the
of
One,
point.
here.
Here's the
one more
point.
thing,
Period,
guys.
Javi. Hold on, Javi. You said there
Oh
was a
my
question in there. I didn't hear one, so I apologize because I can't answer. But
One more
but
thing, guys. One
however,
more
I'm
thing.
however, hold
not
on, hold
about
on.
this question.
However, this is my
Oh my
point,
god.
and this is where it ends. Pulev should have never put himself in that position.
I agree.
Period.
They both shouldn't
I
have.
Period.
I mean,
I agree
Yeah.
100%.
Nobody's saying that.
Pulev should have
We're
never put
talking
himself
about
in
the
that
actions
position.
after that. We're not talking about him actually kissing her.
The
Nobody's
actions after
saying.
that warranted
Nobody's
because
saying
of
that.
what he did.
Right? And
No,
and you know
but
what?
He
you're
I
never
think
sending
did the
mixed
action. There wouldn't
messages,
have been a
Rob. But you're
response.
sending mixed messages. And here's the point I wanted to make. Listen, the point I wanted to make is it's nothing but a little bitty crack for women that has been open over the last 2 years. It's a little bitty crack for women in the sport, okay? And it's a shame that that little crack is one step closer to being closed again because of the actions that she took. And I hate to say that, but we all know it's true because it's going to affect other women in the sport that just want to get a legitimate interview before they go nightclubbing and partying afterwards.
yeah.
Because I
Yeah,
know
I
when
agree.
I want to
let's.
party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And
from
you,
now on, Secure, I'm
I,
gonna need you to wear a business suit when you go on the interviews. From now on, you're
Oh,
gonna have to
there you
wear a
go. There you
uniform.
go.
Automatic.
Let me
Look,
tell you something.
That's
I
too
will
extreme,
not.
right there.
I
All
will
right,
You know
not
what?
be
guys.
changing who
All right,
I
guys.
am
All right.
because of her.
All
Okay,
right,
who
all
cares
right.
what she doing? I don't got nothing to do with her. I know how to look good and still get my interview done professionally. Everybody know that.
All right. When it comes, no more of this. When it comes down, I guess, to the bottom, the way I feel is she wasn't professional, but Pulev's still in the wrong.
Yes.
So I see issues with both parties. It's a mess all around, but I think we've already spent enough and wasted enough breath on.
I I think also like this is the first boxing topic where we actually agree with each other, but we have different points of views
Yes,
to it.
yes, yeah. We see it a little differently, but I think
Yes.
we're all in agreement on,
And we all agree
you know,
that they were both wrong, but I think that if somebody has evil, bad intentions here, it's her, not him.
he was just probably trying to get a little kiss and a little squeeze, but I don't make it right. Like I said, it's messed up. Let's just skip over all that now. All right, that's done. We got to move on.
Trash now. We're gonna trash now.
Hey,
I
hey.
mean, who are we gonna talk about now?
You got more than your 5 minutes. You wanted 5 minutes to talk about.
Hey, I'm sorry, man.
Oh,
People, I apologize.
He got 30 minutes.
It's really,
Man.
really like. I think I was more bothered than Pulev probably through the week. I was waiting for this 5 minutes for the whole week, guys. You know?
I was just sitting here watching the viewers dwindle. It's just.
uh,
Oh, God.
I was like, no, Javi, let it go. Nah,
yeah, you should have told me something then, but man, I got
Nah,
carried
it's all
away, guys.
it's all
I'm
right.
sorry. I just felt like it's wrong and not making excuses for nobody. But
The-
like I said, it's boxing. It doesn't surprise me. We just saw a man biting somebody in the tummy. Somebody wanted a tummy bite. So we just see different things in boxing. Like I don't know what was that all about. Like how you gonna like what happened? They just failed and the man was just like, let me take a bite. Did he like his abs? That he wanted something from the six pack? What's going on?
That yeah, it was a little disturbing. And honestly, David Price getting bit and all. I mean, it's gonna be big news. I mean, last time, of course, anybody can remember being bit is Mike Tyson. So you're gonna have that
But
comparison.
did you ever think you would see that again in your lifetime? Like, I just knew that would be something that we only saw in this sport that one time. Like, for it to be
man.
repeated.
People are crazy, you know that.
They
will look for any way out of a fight.
Years, and there's always something new to it. You always like remember that like last time we saw like a three punch combo to the nuts.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like you just never see something like you never stop seeing something like you be like wow, and I thought I see that all already here.
Max Kellerman released his pound for pound recently here. I'm going to kind of go down this and talk about it.
Oh, boy.
Max's top 10 pound for pound. First, he has Terrence Crawford. Close second is Vasily Lomachenko. Number 3 is Canelo Alvarez. 4, Errol Spence. 5 is Usyk. Then 6 is Gennady Golovkin. Inoue is number 7. Rungvasi, I think is how you say that. Probably messed that. Is number 8. Mikey Garcia, number 9. And finishing up the top 10 is Anthony Joshua. One, do you agree with Anthony Joshua, a heavyweight, who honestly hasn't fought super competitive fights even? I mean, honestly, Wilder...
We talked about this last
Wilder
week.
would be above
Any of
Joshua.
them.
If you could, though, it's not going to be Anthony Joshua. He has not yet proven that. Wilder has beaten Ortiz, and then he went in with a draw with Tyson Fury. And if anything, Tyson Fury beat Klitschko, and then he's also fought Deontay Wilder to a draw. So, I mean, I don't see any way that you can put Anthony Joshua above the other two elite heavyweights.
Man, politics got to be involved in this list, man. I got problems with a lot, but just even thinking about putting a heavyweight on the pound for pound right now is, I'm not seeing it because it's, and I don't like I mean, he got the Bud right. He got Bud right. He got Lomo right. How the hell does Mikey Garcia get down to number 9? Triple G is at number 6. Oh, but Canelo, he's number 3, right? After
Look.
just fighting who he fought.
Look,
Like, I'm listen, I'm up there here.
he's so mad.
You know, Lucas, you know me and my pound for pounds list. We go through this like every other time we up here.
Yeah.
But I cannot do the Triple G at number 3. There's somebody named up there. I mean, I'm not saying he's no good. I think number 8, I can't pronounce his name, but I don't know who he is. I Not to say he's not good, because I haven't seen him, but I mean,
Rungvasi, you've seen Rungvasi.
Yeah, the one that
Jordan
kind of beat
beats out,
Chocolatito.
and he's the super fly. Shakira,
Yeah.
he's the super fly that beat Chocolatito twice.
oh, okay, yeah. So I
Yeah.
have seen him, but I don't know if you can still. I don't know if he's supposed to be number 8.
He's
If you got,
yeah, he's up there. I would agree with it.
Legit.
I wouldn't put him above. Okay, so who's number 9 though?
Number 9's
So
Garcia.
listen.
Man, that's not Garcia.
No,
Look, Garcia.
No,
See what
no,
I'm
but
saying?
listen,
Like, no.
listen.
Rob, go
If I
ahead.
can make the argument for somebody here, top 10 pound for pound, and it's an interesting argument, but I like to make it. You got to put Danny Jacobs on that list. Why? Because I believe he really beat Triple G, and he's beat nothing but undefeated fighters coming up in his last fights. He's dominated those fights and beat some heavy hitting undefeated fighters, as well as he possibly could have beat Triple G. I think he makes a strong position at top 10 pound for pound. I honestly don't believe, though, that there really is a true top 10 pound for pound list, because I don't think there's a true 10 best fighters. I think there's really 5.
I'm gonna ask, and I'm probably gonna regret it. Who's the 5?
You know you're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford, Canelo,
Oh,
Oh God.
Triple G, Lomo,
Oh, you put
and
low
Ambrose Spence.
Errol Spence. I mean, it's not
I
as bad as
can agree with that
it's not
list,
as
but
bad
I
as I
would
thought
put,
it was. It's actually
yeah.
not that
You know what? I can agree, but the number 2. I can, because you said
No,
Canelo second. I would not put him.
I didn't do it in order. That, to me,
oh,
okay.
Oh,
we thought
okay,
you
okay,
were
okay,
doing it
okay.
in order.
All
But
right.
I'm not even sure Triple G at this point, y'all. I hate to say it, but like I don't see that. No,
I
the,
got
it.
the Triple G from past maybe, but I don't know.
But
I
can't
can't do it.
Yeah.
you can't
G
go
could be
by
arguable.
like what you think.
for number
you may
5.
think right.
For 1 to 5.
You may think like he's on the slope, but you can't put Canelo above Golovkin. If you're a hardcore fan, there's no way you're doing that because
Yes,
he actually
exactly.
won.
So I guess I'm saying I
And a
I
draw.
don't want Canelo up there either on that top 5.
So you don't want Canelo up there either.
Yeah.
Now Terrence Crawford and Lomachenko, as far as what they've already proven, I gotta say I think Crawford has a higher ceiling because of where he's fighting and who he has available to fight. If that makes sense, he's gonna go on to fight Errol Spence Jr. And then there's a metric fuck ton of other welterweights of other welterweights for him to fight. So he's gonna have other fight. Loma's a little bit more limited, isn't he, guys? I mean, of who he's gonna be able to fight in the future.
I mean, do you see Lomo being able to move up or not? That's the question. If he's got to stay
No,
pretty much where he's at, then it's gonna be limited.
I think both have,
I
have come
think-
to their end as far as the growing is concerned. Crawford will not move above 147, and I definitely don't see Lomachenko going up another weight class either.
Yeah, and you know what too? I think after what happened with Mikey Garcia, a lot of fighters are gonna, be a little more skeptical when it comes to just jumping up in weight like that.
A little more
you know what I'm
picky,
saying?
and they should
Yeah.
be. But that I wanted to talk about that too because it's bullshit. Look, Max should not be dropping him down to number 9. This man went up
Yeah.
and fought Errol Spence. We all talked about that
Yes.
already. Like, man, you're crazy for even taking this fight. What the hell are you thinking? He thought he saw
Yes.
something.
Making champion moves. That's what
I
champions
think, yes, exactly. And you know what? I believe Usyk is in there too, which he's well deserved it. The man,
Yes.
the man got into a tournament on his weight class and he cleaned it up. That's what we like. Part of Crawford being in that is because he did that in 2 divisions as well. He cleaned up 2 divisions. When you're the pound for pound, you basically you're the man in the division. You clean it out and it's easy. Even if you haven't fought the all the top 10 on that division, we know that if you guys fight, you're most likely to win the fight because you're the better fighter all around. So
It just-
definitely, but
You know
Canelo
what,
had
Bobby?
no
You're right.
business top 5.
You know
Canelo
what?
should be number 9 like Mikey Garcia, and then Mikey Garcia should be somewhere around 3 or 4. You know what I'm
I
saying?
changed my top 5 now. You're right. Take out Lomo, scratch Lomo, and put in Usyk over there. Okay.
Oh
Listen,
my
you just
Lomo
need an
Lomo
excuse to
needs to
take Loma out
unify
of
the
that
title
five.
first.
man,
I'm just saying, how you gonna put a 4-time champion of different weight classes at number 9 over
Did he
people that
unify?
don't even have one almost? Like they barely got one.
Did he unify? Did he
I said
unify?
4. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he just grabbed a belt at each division and kept it moving.
Right. 3 of those weight classes don't count for me.
What? Well, guess what? They count on box rec, so that's what's important.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I had to get Southern on him. I was like, that's what's important. Okay.
Who's the 115-pound champion? Name one.
You know what?
Oh, Rashid Wallace was one.
Monster?
He said
115?
115. Yeah, 115.
Yeah.
I thought Rashid Wallace was one.
Right. 3 of those weight classes don't count for me.
Yeah.
Rashid what? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, guess what? They count
we have
on
another
box
one from
rec,
Japan
so
too that he's making a lot of noise.
exactly. And look, even
Look,
if you are right,
I had
Rob,
to
you
get
can't name
Southern
one.
on him. I
Just
was
because
like,
it's
that's
not a
what's
popular
important.
division
Okay.
does not
Right.
mean it's a less of an
115-pound
accomplishment. I
one.
can't talk to that.
You know what?
Oh, Rashid
No,
it
Wallace
doesn't.
was one.
It doesn't make it a lesser of an accomplishment just
Right.
because it's not a highly
115. Yeah,
televised
115.
or a
I
highly
thought Rashid
popular
Wallace was one.
Right. 3 of those
I
weight
mean,
classes
Rashid.
don't count.
division.
Yeah.
Rashid what?
Even if you're right, you're
Well,
wrong.
guess what? They
we
count
have
on
another
box
one from
rec, so
Japan,
that's-
too, that he's making a lot of
I
noise.
didn't want to be Chocolatito as number
And look,
8,
look,
but I did
look,
that
you're
because
right,
I had
Rob.
to
You
get
can't
felt like
name one.
Chocolatito.
Just
Like
because
that's
it's not a
kept
popular
him
division
weight. He's
does
getting
not mean
heavier
it's
and
a
heavier,
lesser
and
of
wasn't the
accomplishment.
same
Name
opponent that
one.
he was in lesser.
You know what?
You know,
Rashid
No, it
Wallace
doesn't.
division.
It doesn't
So
make
that's
it a
why
lesser
I
of
felt
an
like he should
accomplishment.
be in A.
Just
Right.
because
Hey,
it's not
that's
a
my
highly
opinion. Yeah, well, it's not
televised
because
or a
it's
highly
not
popular
Wallace was one.
Right. 3 of those
I
weight
mean,
classes
because of the
don't count.
competition,
Yeah.
the opponent that he's
Even if you're
Yeah.
right, you're
Well,
wrong.
guess what? They count
we have
on
another
box
one from
rec, so
Japan,
that's-
too, that he's making a lot of
I
noise.
didn't want to be Chocolatito as number 8, but I did.
Because of lack of weight. To me, same thing.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I can't agree with that because, even from the past, we've seen great fighters, that were really lightweight and they were great fighters. And Sugar Ray Robinson, which is one of the greatest of ever, he didn't start as a welterweight. They started as a
But he finished there.
right, but I'm saying so. But that'll make it seem like whatever he did before welterweight, it wasn't what he did. He would have never probably wouldn't done the championship belts that he got at welterweight. He would have never gave us the fight that he got with Lamara if he never went through the lightweights first. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the process. And like Lucas said, just because it's not a popular weight class or it's not well named on that particular division, it doesn't mean that the fight is not one of the best.
Yeah, but with like Lomo, I hear what you're saying, and I agree with that. I totally. But what I'm saying is when you're comparing a Lomo to a Mikey and you putting Lomo way higher because Mikey had the loss because he went up in weight, when you put them back in the same weight class, it's like, can one move up and the other one can't? Like that has to be taken in consideration as well. Like one can move up, but one can't. Like so, that's also a disadvantage to you.
Yes.
If you're talking about overall skill level.
So unify it. I don't care if you stay at that lower weight. Unify it.
That I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And Para Chocolatito being pound for pound back then, it was because he was the man at that 115. Just like Rigo Dow was the man at 126 at some point, 122. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but that's honestly what, and the only way I completely agree that Crawford's number 1, and the reason being is like you said, like those guys were the man in their weight class. Well, Crawford actually was the man. Like he literally the only one at undisputed. There's only 2 or 3 people now that have done a B-Hop, Jermaine Taylor and him. So yeah, if you're talking about cleaning up a weight division, that's how you clean up a weight division. That's the main reason I got him at number 1. I think as far as fighting ability goes, him and Lomachenko are right neck and neck. So it'd be hard to rank 1 and 2, but that would be the deciding factor for me, putting Crawford in at number 1. I wish they're more of the same size and they could actually meet at a catch weight. Unfortunately, that's a fight that we will never see, guys, and it's just simply for the size perspective. It's just not an ability. We are a little bit over for the show. I want to go ahead before I end the show here. I want to let you guys know we will be airing live fights here this weekend, possibly Saturday and Sunday, just depends. And then April 27th from Joliet, Illinois, we will also be doing a live show directly, and more information on that to come. But as always, I want you to follow us here on the Facebook Live, as well as our Instagram and Twitter. So we definitely more stuff coming from us. And again, check us out next week. As you heard earlier with all this other crazy talk, we don't pull any punches. Thank you for Javier, Sakura, and Rob for coming on the show. But definitely check us out again next week. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
This is the show that has hosted everyone from Sugar Ray Leonard to Keith One-Time Thurman. This is Tough Talk Tonight, brought to you by Heavy Bag Boxing.
Knock the other person out. I think it'll be a boring 12-round fight.
I'm kind of confused now. We talking about Klitschko and AJ, or are we talking about Khan and I done lost my thought.
White. Sorry, between Dylan White and Klitschko, I think that would be a